Action.
Okay, my name is Matilda Rangel, and I am one. My son was among the first. See what I mean? You better start over.
It's okay. You can start over. You can start over this one.
Okay.
Raul was the first one that we brought everything.
And my son Raulito, I'll call him Raulito. My son Raulito was killed in January of 1985, and it all started when he was coming home from a party. It was New Year's Day, and I noticed that he was outside of the fence, and I told him to get in the house. So he said that I noticed that he had a gun to his head. So I got panicky, and I called my daughter, and I told her to call the police because Raulito had a gun and he was trying to kill himself. So that's what happened. The police came. Within 12 minutes of the call, my son was dead. Okay. I had already told the police that he had emptied his gun in front of me, and he had only left supposedly one bullet. And that was supposed to be for him. He was going to kill himself. Okay. So when the police officers arrived, they started to talk to him, and he started to walk along the sidewalk, on the sidewalk, and he was telling them to leave him alone. So they were saying, "We're not gonna hurt you, Raul. We're," because they say, "What is his name?" And they try to make it personal. So it says, "Okay, we're not gonna hurt you. Drop your gun." And Raulito kept saying, "Well, leave me alone." So he walked one block, and then he went into the alley. Back at the school. So he was there a few minutes, and they told me not to follow, but I went behind the officers. And suddenly I heard shots. And when one of the officers came out of the alley, and before I told him, "I think I can talk to my son. Let me in talk." He was right in the middle of the block in the alley. Says, "I can talk to my son." So the woman police officer told me, "You get back, or else I'm going to put you in my car." Okay. So then that's when I heard shots. And when they came out of the alley, they said, I told them, "You shot him, didn't you?" And they didn't say anything, but they started walking out. And there was after I went straight home, and I called the Fresno Bee. My son had been shot, and I called the Fresno Bee. I needed to do something then. So right then and there, they came and they interviewed everybody and what had happened, and I kept telling them he unloaded the gun right in front of me. And one of the officers was quoted as saying, "He pulled the trigger and the gun jammed." See, so there were about 5 policemen fired their guns, about 100 rounds. 33 hit Raulito. Okay, 5 of them were fatal, and that's when I guess Fresno got kind of interested in what was happening, because we picked it up right away. And the officers that were involved in the shooting, there were about 16 police cars for one lonely little young man. Okay, and all because he was trying to kill himself. And he was not in any kind of trouble. He was not a gang member. He was raised there. He was born at 3701 East Mackenzie Avenue. And he didn't know any other neighborhood. Everybody knew my boy. Okay. So that's what happened. We had a lengthy court procedure. It was found that, it was, I might say, it was the first inquest in 50 years that, that we had here in Fresno.
Coroner's inquest.
Yeah, the coroner's inquest. And I think it was the first inquest that the coroner had. He said he felt confident enough to have this inquest. And that's how it all started. We started organizing MAPA, Metro Ministries, and all the organizations got together. It was really, really, I mean, the community got together. And we started to try to do something to avoid more incidents like this. So that's when the Human Relations Commission got started.
There was hearings.
And there was hearings, and we fought the case. And we weren't interested in money. We were interested in punishment for the officers that did the killing. The officers were Chief Dyer, he was one, Palomino, Dan Palomino, Kurt, and Weiss, and I forget the other one. There were 5 main officers, and they were all promoted, by the way. Okay, they still have their jobs.